The gravimetric distortion drive engaged with a deep, thunderless resonance, warping the fabric of space around the G.U.P expeditionary vessel Daring Light. The stars outside bent inward and folded into a singularity of darkness, and then, just as suddenly, re-expanded into a new reality. In under 3 seconds, the sleek black vessel dropped out of distortion space into orbit above Hestia-14. Spatial turbulence crackled through the hull like distant thunder. Inside the command chamber, lights flickered briefly before recalibrating. Commander Aras Yilmaz exhaled slowly, bracing his gloved hands on the edges of the pilot's chair.
Grav jump complete. All systems stable. Status report.
Lieutenant Ren Tanaka, seated at the helm with hands hovering above a shimmering glass console, nodded.
Drive cooling down. Navigation recalibrated. We're holding stable at 432 kilometers above surface.
A hush settled over the deck. Before them, Hestia-14 turned slowly in space, a heavy brooding planet painted in deep ochre and bruised lavender hues. Its cloud cover, dense and roiling, glowed faintly with electrical storms that ringed the equator like a luminous belt of danger. Dr. Eleni Rao leaned forward at her terminal.
Initiating full-spectrum planetary scan. We're looking for architecture, energy signatures, movement, anything.
The holographic display above the table shimmered, shifting to show continent outlines, temperature maps, magnetic field overlays.
Got something? Grid 12D Southern Hemisphere. Ruins above and below surface. No signs of current life, but she magnified a portion of the scan. There's energy, weak, pulsing, below the city.
Yilmaz narrowed his eyes.
Possible monolith site?
Or something built around it. The structure's architecture isn't just alien, it's intentional, patterned, like it was designed to resonate.
Lieutenant, prepare atmospheric entry.
Tanaka tapped in coordinates.
Landing vector locked. Gravity field nominal. Entry point. Turbulent. Real turbulent.
The Daring Light angled downward, its trajectory shifting into the upper atmosphere of Hestia-14. Within seconds, the planet's violet cloud tops swallowed them whole. Wind screamed against the hull as if trying to claw the vessel from the sky. The ship shuddered violently. Red status alerts flashed across Tanaka's console as downdrafts pushed them off course.
Inertial dampeners compensating at 72%.
Static discharge raced across the viewports, flashing white and blue in rapid succession. The clouds outside thickened into thunderheads, rippling with storm energy. Rain, if it could be called that, lashed at the vessel in horizontal sheets. It was darker than water, oily, leaving strange streaks that glowed momentarily before fading.
Pressure holding,
Yilmaz said, checking his own readings.
Drop us below the turbulence. Find the break.
Moments later, the ship burst through the lower banks. The sudden stillness was jarring. Before them, the storm cleared like parting curtains to reveal the ruins. The Daring Light descended into a vast basin of scorched terrain. Jagged rock formations surrounded the site like the remnants of shattered monoliths. In the center, half buried beneath dust and erosion, lay the city. Massive towers jutted from the ground at odd angles, some spiraling in unnatural curves, others looking as though they'd been frozen mid-collapse. Buildings were constructed from a dark, unknown alloy that shimmered faintly with iridescent hues. The streets, visible even from this height, formed elaborate geometric patterns, triangular grids intersected by spirals, symbols interlocked with no clear purpose.
Landing zone marked. Flat stretch to the west. Closest proximity to the main structure.
Take us down.
The landing gear deployed with a metallic hiss. Vertical thrusters fired in bursts as the ship lowered onto the powdery surface. A cloud of ash-like dust billowed outward, partially obscuring the view. A soft thump reverberated through the hull, the hum of systems powered down. The ramp began its slow descent, lowering into the reddish haze. The air outside was breathable but thick, tinged with unknown particulates. The team suited up regardless, stepping out into the alien silence. The ground crunched beneath their boots, a mix of crushed minerals and ash. It sparkled faintly under the filtered light that bled through the thick clouds. An uneasy quiet draped over everything. Dr. Rao knelt, brushing the dust aside from a fragment of wall.
These etchings, they're not just decorative, they're language, structured, Symbolic.
Nearby, engineer Marcus Reeve scanned a toppled column with his handheld LiDAR.
There's a residual power. Something's still running beneath us. Low frequency, rhythmic, almost like a heartbeat.
Commander Yilmaz looked to the horizon. The city ruins loomed in the distance, half lost in mist, their silhouettes jagged and alien. A soft wind kicked up, carrying with it a low, almost melodic tone that no one could immediately explain.
This place, it's waiting.
Behind them, the daring light remained on standby, its lights pulsing in sync with something deep underground. They were not alone.